Beautiful.
Okay, hello and welcome. What today's life is about the bigger picture of a lack of intimacy in your marriage, and this can have dramatic outcomes like infidelity, like you're thinking about divorce, lack of connection. And we look at the bigger picture of the greater picture, why this is happening. And this is a very important message for everybody who is facing this. You're not wrong, or you are not broken, or it's not just with you and everybody else is fine with that. Or maybe it's not even possible to live like 40 years, 50 years, 60 years of happy marriage and having a great intimacy. No, it's really a spiritual topic, and we address this, what it is about. So stay tuned. And one last topic before my beautiful wife will talk about. What you need is order. What you need is God's sign, God's order, and intimacy out of this flows naturally. This is what the whole channel is about. Not only intimacy, but also in your marriage and in your family. So the one,
Amen. Mhm.
yeah, and the one who is capable to bring order and peace in every aspect of your life will also bring peace and order in the aspect of intimacy in your marriage.
Beautiful. So I will continue. I will take you on a journey of what is actually the bigger picture and what is, before we dive into what are the problems of a sexless marriage, why is this happening? We want to look at the original design, intention, and purpose of marriage, of the relationship between wife and husband. So I have this beautiful graphic here, but I will show you. I will talk about this. So, what really happens is the basic foundational intention, design, and purpose between the relationship, the love, the marriage of a woman and a wife is the embodiment, is to be a symbol, is to be a reflection of the love between Christ and the church. And Jesus died for the church, for the people who met Jesus, they love Jesus, they follow Jesus. So it's a very, I would say, it's probably the biggest love story of all times. And a husband and a wife are meant to be that reflection.
Mm.
And both, Jesus has his role and his place and his qualities, and the church, the body of Christ, every single one of the people in his body have a certain role and purpose and also designed to follow. So that's very, very basic principle that I know in our modern world is so distorted, twisted, deceptive, and people are actually fighting for this deception, but it doesn't bring true fulfillment, true peace, true happiness. And we've been on this path for a long time. We tried a lot of those modern things, and they only brought us more chaos, more pain, more heartbreak, more destruction. And somehow we were, as truth seekers, we were brought to this, and this is where we can see our lives truly changed. So this is the first principle that is so, I believe, so beautiful and important to know, that your relationship between your spouse and yourself is the reflection of the relationship of the love between Christ and the church. And then let's continue. A marriage is a covenant. It's a safe and sacred place and space established by God. God is protecting you through your marriage. He's putting you into an order, into a container where you can truly thrive. I know, I believe that for a long time. I thought marriage is destroying my life and my freedom, and I thought it's something that's taking away from me. But the original design, intention, purpose is to give you so much more through and with your marriage, and taking, really fully stepping into your role as husband or wife. So it's covenant based. It's not like what people do, contract thing. Okay, this is like a transactional thing. We do this, we do that. You do this, I do this stuff. It's a covenant. It's a bond. It's something that is also meant to be there for your entire life and not be broken by nothing that you might think
Mm.
is worth to have your marriage, your covenant destroyed again. Would you like to
It's
say
yeah,
something?
it's covenant is something very rudimental. It's very essential in old times. It's something like I give my life for you. It's not just like a shopping tour. Either I take this or I don't take this, and I give it
Yeah.
back. Yeah, and therefore it's very very powerful. And can I add on this?
Hmm.
Yeah, therefore it's very very powerful, and therefore it's very interesting. Like make it simple for the enemy to destroy it and to deceive it and to break it and to kill it and to have like broken families, to have like and all of these things. Yeah, this is what I was asking you about.
Beautiful, but we're
But you
not
wanna,
finished here yet.
okay,
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
I'm going to continue. What is another thing that is a very important part to understand about marriage? It's about inheritance. It's about a legacy. It's about the container that lasts for generations. Your marriage is an altar for generations to come. And knowing that this is so powerful, what you create in your lifetime between you and your spouse, the love, the container, this sacred altar between two individuals where new life is being formed, where you create a life, where you create an inheritance. This is so powerful. And
Mm,
this is why, and this is what you already said, why the enemy loves to attack this unit. It's the smallest unit, if we want to speak so. And it's the most powerful unit in the great picture of humanity, because if he can destroy families, if he can come into your home, into your bedroom, and he can create distance, distortion, drama, doubts, even divorce, he has hold of everything that you have and you create. So this is super important to know, to have like this great scheme of things in mind. Marriage is not just about your personal memento needs and wants and desires. It's about it's a thing that lasts for generations and has influence on your life and your children's lives and their children's lives, and so on and so on. Great. Your turn.
yeah, and like Natalie already mentioned, it's something like the world. Yeah, the world belongs to the enemy, and it's really about like gets on the altar. It's like something super holy. There's like free choice. Yeah, it's like something people are really fighting for, to be able to go around and F around whatever you want, and you, even if it's not so into your face in your marriage, you know how these deceptions work, you know
Mm.
how the doubts are working, you know what people are speaking. It's like, it's something, if you speak to people, it's like the worst thing what can happen to you, that you are getting married, kind of. This is the state of art, and there you know
Like
what.
people making jokes about this and
Yeah, not
just
only that, yeah, and this is the state of art, and this is like where it's the whole potential. Like it's like you have the option of Sportswagen, like Ferrari, Lamborghini, and you always choose to go with food, yeah, and then you're asking yourself, why are you so slow, or why it's so painful, or why it's so exhausting? Because you don't pay attention and you don't value the things what are really therefore to value.
mm,
And this is what you really need to be aware of. It's not about, you will not win the fight with fighting your spouse. Yeah, you need to be aware of it, that it's a spiritual battle, and it's not about your spouse. Yeah, you don't fight against flesh and blood, but it's a spiritual battle, and you need to see that whatever doubt is in your mind, whatever thought comes into mind, whatever feeling, even if you have the feeling as a wife, as a husband, yeah, you actually don't feel so attracted anymore to your wife. You really need to be aware of it, that it's not your thought, it's not the feeling, it's not the reality. It's really a spiritual war
the
happening.
enemy whispering
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
ear. Yeah,
And you really need to take care about your sports one if you want to go on properly on the street.
beautiful. Now, I want to talk briefly about what actually happens. I know many people um, come to us. Um, Many people are just very aware of the topic. Okay, intimacy in my marriage is just off, whatever that means for you personally, but this is a topic I feel 99% of people face in their marriage and in their everyday life. So what happens when you two are not intimate with each other? So basically there's many reasons why this happens. People think it's because of attraction, maybe seasons of life, maybe there's resentment, maybe there's just um, unsafety, whatever the reason is that leads up to emotional, spiritual, and also physical distance. There is an array of consequences that happen. This is where the enemy, I believe, is like, oh yeah, I can, this is my playground now. Like I can do whatever I want here. And then what happens? Many people, a lot of men, but also women, they struggle with lust, addictions. Um, Watching porn, having fantasies, maybe wishing for, desiring um, experiences with somebody else than their spouse. This is one thing that can happen, and you need to know whatever space is not filled, it will be filled with something. So if you and your spouse are not doing this primal, in its divine design intended thing, being physically intimate with each other, I can guarantee you, even when people settle for, oh, we haven't had sex for 20 years, 30 years, this is what people tell us, something is going on. So, this is one thing. From no intimacy, you can face all kinds of distractions, um, and leading up to infidelity. Another thing that can happen is I say this is consensual or secret adultery.
Can we
So
talk about the scripture you said? The,
this
was
is
not
what
that
we're doing, right?
okay? Like we maybe we speak about this at a different time, and now it's about what it's God's will about, right?
No, this is we're doing this and then we're doing
Okay,
this.
all right.
So then another thing that can happen is secret or consensual adultery. Many people approach us and they're like, hey, it doesn't work between two of us. I have different desires than her. She wants something else than I do, blah, 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 blah. We are fine with me going to parties and her doing this and this and this and that. Whether this is consensual or this happens in secret, it is adultery. It's out of order. It's out of your design, intention, and purpose that God created for you. And it creates a lot of consequences for you that you do not want, even if you feel like, oh, we're fine with this. And another thing we observe that happens a lot where the enemy really kicks in is when he sends somebody into your life, a so called soulmate. This is my true partner. You fall in love with somebody else. You feel like you need to get divorced. You feel like this is the one person God sent me. This is the one person God truly wants me to be with.
And you
And
even feel it that way.
you feel that way. Your body shows you, your thoughts show you, your emotions show you, your heart shows you, everything points that direction. And I can tell you it's a trap. It's a huge trap. The enemy is working really hard to destroy what's there, especially when there are kids already. And then what ultimately happens to many, maybe the first step is like a compromise. Okay, we're roommating, we're just co-parenting until the kids are older. We will just do our thing in a modern, peaceful way, kind of. And the ultimate destruction is divorce. So these are the things the enemy can do when you start at this little point of not being intimate with each other, and having the reasons why you're not being intimate with each other control and lead the situation. And then versus God's will, what does God actually want, or what did he create for you to experience with your marriage, in your marriage? And the beautiful thing is it starts with divine order. For some of you, this is like, oh, yes, I love this. And for some of you, this might be like, oh, really sticky because I hate authority. I don't want anybody, and definitely not God, tell me what I should do and what I shouldn't do. But this is where it starts, creating divine order for your life. And you will need to start learning about this, start getting in encountering God's divine order for your life. What does that mean? Like, what is it? What does it say? What is it? Even if you're a Christian and you go to church and you're a firm believer, or let's say a lukewarm believer, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it like that, you will need to really dive into, what does God's order for me look like? Not just for my life, but also for my marriage. It's about also the order for men and women. What is the order? I'm not talking about traditional, distorted, deceptive roles and role models. I'm talking about true divine order, something that you will feel in your body that is going on. Then another thing is, like I said, the embodiment of the love and the relationship between Christ and the church, and the wife and the husband. This is a beautiful topic to dive into. What happens then if you are in this divine order and you look at those things? You will experience safety, trust, and devotion. What is super important for a wife to experience? Safety and trust, and also this kind of devotion for both, for men and women. From this safety and trust, emotional connection, emotional, spiritual, and then physical intimacy will naturally arise. You will naturally want to be with your spouse. You will feel drawn to your husband. You will feel drawn to your wife. It's not a thing anymore about, oh, maybe I'm attracted to him or her or not so much, or maybe one day yes and another day I'm not. You will naturally want to be close. And then the beautiful and ultimate consequence is having not just a fruitful, beautiful marriage between the two of you, but creating a fruitful, beautiful home, great family. Your children grow up in a safe and loving place at home with both their parents, and an inheritance you pass on for generations.
So to sum this up, please do yourself a favor and don't underestimate the importance of intimacy in your marriage, because it has great effects in your whole life. So if you're like, oh my God, I somehow know what you're talking about, or I have no clue what you're talking about, but I need to know more about this. This is what we are learning, what we are teaching, what we are working with the people hands on in our Fruitful Marriage Foundation. And until then, until the next video, every Wednesday evening, see you there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe the channel and share it with somebody. Share it maybe with your spouse if you think he also needs to listen to that. And stay blessed by the best, Natalie and Jakob Feldbauer.
Beautiful.